Where does it hurt the worst?
Head.
Where on your head?
Headache.
Do you feel it in your neck at all?
Yeah.
Do you feel nauseous? Love you.
The last 10 years, Zach has had really bad migraines almost once a month, and they've never been able to really pinpoint what they are. He would get a headache, and then he would be treated for the headache, and then, you know, the pain would subside. Zach has dealt with these headaches for way too long, but this time it escalated very quickly.
Tori had called me and said, Zach, this is an emergency. Zach really wants to go. You know, I said, okay, you know, I'll be there. It was a little nerve-wracking that Zach had to be rushed to the hospital, and I tried to make sure that whatever information Tori relayed to me, that I would go ahead and relay to Mad and all the kids.
I was not going to leave the hospital without more answers. This doctor picked up there was 2 breakages in his neck of the catheter that drained from the shunt. Zach has hydrocephalus, and people with achondroplasia are definitely more susceptible to having hydrocephalus. The hydrocephalus causes excess fluid on your brain, and if it's not drained properly, then it can build up and the pressure can cause some major damage. I've never seen Zach in that much pain. He started crying and saying, "I'm dying." The most dangerous part of the surgery, to my knowledge, was replacing the catheter that connects from the valve into his brain. You know, it was definitely scary. They had to replace the whole thing. They had to replace the shunt, like the valve. And they had to replace the catheter. You risk more by taking out the old catheter. Like you risk scarring and bleeding, and they don't want any of that, so they abandoned it and just left it there.
Gonna walk around.
How you feeling?
Good. Just get out of here.
So gnarly.
This whole experience was scary and chaotic. We were lucky my mom was able to come up, take care of the kids.
There's definitely a part of me that wanted to be there as well, you know, because he's my boy, too. Even though he's almost 33, he's still my son. But I've been through it during the younger years. Same place as always?
Yeah.
Just in front here? Okay. And I know it's tough.
I got my shunt in when I was like 16 months old, and nothing really happened with it until middle school.
How painful is it?
Very.
Okay, go back over to the couch. Okay, we're gonna take you in. Where? Inside the stomach? Uh-oh. Let me get this.
I just got really sick, pressure behind my eyes, vomiting.
Here.
I needed a revision.
Oh, Mom.
What? Your head?
Headache.
We're talking 16, 17 years ago, I had my first revision.
Zachary is still into surgery right now. So the first part was the taking the shunt, the head part out. And then the other part is to open up his belly and draining that fluid out.
The lifespan of a shunt is 2 to 15 years. Zach had his for 16 years. So he was on borrowed time no matter which way you look at it. I think that we have been sitting on a knife's edge and we just didn't know it.
Yeah, this is scary business.
Let's go get you all freshened up. Come on, let's go. Good girl. She knows. It's like a kid who doesn't want a bath. Yes, you do. With so much going on with Zach's surgery, it's been a little crazy. I went back and forth up to Zach and Tori's house once or twice, but then I was there about 3 nights and 4 days taking care of the kids. Here we go. I know. Now that Zach is back home, I think Zach and Tori are able to settle down. He's recuperating, so there's no need for me to go up there every day or spend the night and stuff like that. Unless, Zach and Tori call me and say, well, we kind of need some help. Look at all that dirt come off of you. I was definitely exhausted. Chris held down the fort here at the house and, taking care of Daisy. Babe, you're in the way. So now that I'm back, here we are.
So that makes Amy jealous too, that she curls up next to me.
Because Felix never did that. He was always on my side.
Yeah. But I started doing a little something special with her that, again, yeah. So when I feed her, I do something that you don't do. I run hot water over dried food, let it set for almost a minute, and then drain the water off, and it just has a lot more flavor. And you should just see that she looks up at me and says, I love you. I mean, it just... we really bonded.
So I leave, it gives you the
bonded,
opportunity
didn't
to
we?
spoil her?
Oh, yeah. We became tight, but she's not much of a conversationalist. It was kind of boring at night, not having anyone to talk to.
It was an emergency for Zach. I had to go there at 2 o'clock in the morning. Man, it was quick.